Okay, hey guys, so I am here today to do what does my 11-month-old eat? This has been a question that has been asked a few times by various subscribers, and I figured I would just do a whole video allotted to explaining what Nash is eating these days. Nash pretty much eats whatever I make for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He's, you know, really just eating real people food. So I figured I would show you a few items that I have found really great in the transition from baby food to, you know, real kid food, you know. Also, there are a few items that aren't here because I freshly make them or something like this. This is very easy, grabby foods. First of all, as far as baby food goes, we are still doing pureed prunes and a few of like the meat mixtures because he just loves the sweet potatoes. This is the second foods. He loves this. This is sweet potato turkey with whole grains. And he just loves this. And that's really the only reason that we still give it to him. And he loves the turkey and rice. So he just loves it. We like to use this as supplement, of course, to whatever he eats. So he eats whatever he's gonna eat, and then this is like a filler if we just need more food to give him. But we like to use those also for like lunches and stuff because that's just easy if we're on the go. Another thing that we use are these organic Gerber pouches because these are just really easy for on the go lunches, stuff like that. And he loves these as well. And that is, you know, kind of one of the baby food items that we are still using. Okay, sorry about that. Bella wanted to go back in the house and I'm in the back of the house. So anywho, so that's another item that we use for as far as like baby food. We also still use these yogurt melts as snack, and we also use the puffs. We either use the organic puffs or just the Gerber graduate puffs, and those are other items that we do. I made these myself, but honestly, these are just a lot easier, and we just really use these when we're on the go anyways. And then lastly, the other baby item that we still use is the Yo Baby organic yogurts, and he absolutely loves this yogurt. We use this as his treat, and he has like one of these after his dinner if he's eaten all of his dinner, and we also do this for breakfast sometimes. Okay, so moving on to what I kind of use for transition from baby food to real food. And you want to talk to your pediatrician, of course, but my pediatrician actually recommended doing soups. And we, you know, I've made homemade soup as well, but something that was really easy to do was to do like canned soups. And these chunky soups are so great. There's 0 grams trans fat, heart healthy, good source of vitamin A, good source of fiber, and it's just really yummy. I mean, I was eating this one day and then he really wanted some, so I gave him some. I don't give him any of the meat in either of these. I just give him the vegetables, the broth, and the pasta or the lentils or whatever. And he loves this, loves this. And so yeah, this is one of the things. And then the classic chicken noodle one we do as well. Like I said, we don't do the meat. I give him fresh meat, but we use the broth, the vegetables, and the pasta or whatever's in it, or the rice if the soup has rice in it. Okay, so then, you know, and you can make homemade soups. I've made a batch of homemade chicken noodle soup and he loved that. I haven't tried to do a homemade Italian wedding, but I think I'm going to. And I did a homemade minestrone and he loved that. And those just soups are really good because they're very soft, and it's a lot like baby food, you know? Okay, so then another thing that we really like to give him is quinoa or couscous, and he really loves this with diced up like Roma tomatoes. And you want to make sure that whenever you're feeding your baby like diced up food, you want it to be no bigger than a pea. So we do that, and sometimes I even soften it up by putting just tossing the tomatoes in a little bit of oil, like olive oil, and then putting it on a skillet and then putting it in the couscous, and he loves that. And then another thing that we do, and I don't want to make a lot of noise because he's sleeping, but we do whole grain penne pasta, and this is by Barilla, but you can get it by anyone. But we do this, and he loves pasta, so we really like to use that. And a new thing that I've started to do, because this really helps with constipation, I was buying the apples by the baby food, but it's so much cheaper just to get applesauce. So I got this unsweetened Musselman's applesauce, and I got it buy one get one at Publix, and he loves this. He's having a cup of this every day for breakfast because he just loves it. So that's another idea. And then lastly, what I have here is we do pancakes, and I do either the whole wheat blend or I'll do just regular, like just add water one. But this is a really good one because you can integrate some eggs without giving them eggs. You're really not supposed to give a baby eggs until they're 12 months old because of allergies. But this way you can make sure that your baby's not gonna have a reaction to their birthday cake. And so what we've done is just kind of make the kind with the egg in it and just given him a little bit just to make sure he didn't have a reaction. And I like to do the just add water one with like a can of pumpkin and add a little bit of cinnamon, and he loves that. We have that for pancakes all the time, especially now that it's the fall. He loves that. So in addition to all of this, now if you followed Nash's food journey, you will know that he never liked meshed up peas, any greens, no broccoli, no green beans, stuff like that. Well, I found that now that I can steam them or get them canned, he loves green beans and peas. I think it's a lot. He doesn't like broccoli still, but I think a lot of it is because he can pick it up and feed himself. But yeah, so that's a new thing, and he loves that. And if I need it to be really quick and I don't have time to steam it, I'll just get the canned vegetables. So I'll get like canned green beans, canned peas and carrots, stuff like that. And or you can get it frozen and then steam it that way or cook it up that way. And those are really easy things to do to integrate those vegetables into your infant's diet. Also for meats, what I do is I'll either buy a rotisserie chicken or cook a big chicken, or for quick I will do a rotisserie chicken and just kind of dice it up into small little pieces, and he loves that. Or I'll cook a whole chicken in like the crock pot or the oven, and he loves like the brown meat, so we'll give him that. He loves it, or the dark meat I should say. Or I'll cook one and I'll give him the dark meat from it, and he loves that. Also what I'll do is ground beef. I'll just do lean ground beef or ground turkey, and just he'll eat it like that. He loves that. And we've done lunch meats. He loves lunch meats, just diced up. I'll just do like a little bit of bread and just dice it up, and then I'll do a little bit of cheese, and then I'll do a little bit of lunch meat for lunch, you know, and he loves that. I steam up cauliflower, broccoli. I try to integrate broccoli, but you know, he doesn't really love broccoli. Mac and cheese, we do a lot of mac and cheese. I'll do mac and cheese and green beans. He loves that mixture for some reason. Trying to think of what else we do. We don't do any peanut butter or anything like that. You want to stay away from berries and things that are allergenic, so we've stayed away from those until he's at least 12 months. As far as drinks, we don't do any juice, we don't do Pedialyte or anything. We just do breast milk and nursery water, and that's all that he gets as far as drinks and stuff like that. But yeah, so those are just some ideas. I hope that this helps you if you're kind of worried about transitioning from baby food to real food. But this has been really great. We started this at 9 months, and I felt like he was ready for that baby-led weaning. I did not feel like he was ready before 9 months for baby-led weaning. And that's why I feel like the purees were really great. But now that he's older, and we did begin this at 9 months, and that's been kind of like our baby-led weaning. And as far as breast milk, he's getting it every 4 to 5 hours still, because he just loves the boob, and he's been teething a lot, and he was sick, so he's been on it a lot. But we've lost at least one feeding at night, so that's wonderful. He's just feeding before he goes to bed, and then he goes about 5.5 to 6 hours. He has a feeding around like 2 a.m. usually, and then he wakes up at 6:30 or 7, and then he has a feeding. So it's really great. We've lost a feeding, even 2 feedings. Sometimes he'll wake up like two to 3 times a night, and now we're just down to once a night, so that's wonderful. And during the day, he's going a little bit longer, so we're really working on that baby-led weaning, really trying to get all of the nutrients in his food, and yeah, so that we can hopefully start to wean him at 12 months from the breast and onto milk, like cow's milk, almond milk, coconut milk, something like that. So I hope this is useful. I hope you find this useful. If you have any other questions, just leave them below. I just thought that this would kind of be a good way of showing y'all kind of different ideas that I've found that work. And I don't have the pickiest eater, but he is kind of picky. So yeah, so that's what Nash is eating at 11 months. And I hope y'all enjoy this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much. Bye, y'all.